One of my instructors had a special visitor that was going to come to our school and speak to us. And this visitor was one of his former test pilot cadets when he was stationed out of Edwards Air Force Base by the name of Captain Ed Dwight Jr. I had an opportunity to meet him in 1977, and I told him that he had grown up in Kansas City with a lot of my family members. And at the time, he knew all of my grandparents, my mother, and my aunt. Ed was able to get me an application to apply to become an astronaut. And I had an opportunity in 1977 to apply for an astronaut. Unfortunately for me, there was not a lot of role models out there that I could follow. And so I did not know how to get from point A to B to become an astronaut. I was still in college, so part of the requirements is you had to have graduated from college. You had to have an engineering degree. And many of the pilots that were being selected at the time were military pilots. I was a civilian pilot. And when you graduated, you also had to have something that was relevant that would be able to be used in the space program, and many of these individuals were test pilots. I was on a path to be an airline pilot and not on a path to be an astronaut.
So let's walk this way into the studio. There's a group of people who know me as Ed Dwight, the artist. And they had no idea that I was involved in anything about space. I was going to be the first black astronaut. I completed astronaut training. Everything that we did, I did, and I did it well. And if politics had changed, I would have gone to space in some kind of capacity. Everybody has this thing about how angry I must have been, how disappointed I must have been. As I look at it philosophically, my role in the whole process was to open up a conversation about blacks in space. And so I served a purpose, and I was very, very proud of it. I started out with this art career about 45 years ago, and I had never sculpted before in my life. At the time, there was no way to find any black imagery in city parks, museums, galleries. And I thought the black people have contributed to America and needs to be honored. I thought the whole idea of going to space with Blue Origin was a fascinating last chapter.
He would have been the first black astronaut. That is history that needs to be changed.
There are a lot of people that are happy, and I'm more worried about making other people happy than making myself happy, so that all worked out. But when the rocket is roaring and the rumbling and the noise, I think that I would enjoy the hell out of. I really, really want to do this because each person that goes up there all of a sudden has a totally different perspective of this little place here. Space can bring people together. If everybody went to space for a space mission and say, oh my God, this place is workable. Oh, it's workable. Let's go back and make it work.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff.
Bottom left of your screen, the altimeter on the left, altimeter on the right, and the speedometer on the left.
10,000 feet.
Now I understand that separation of the capsule from the booster has been confirmed. And 0G has started for our astronauts. Shortly here, we're going to let them unbuckle and enjoy the beauty of floating around in zero-G, but of course, the spectacular views out of those windows. And I'll say that having passed over 330,000 feet, they are over the Kármán line, so welcome to space, astronauts. The rocket is going to beat the capsule back down to the ground in its aerodynamic shape. And once it hits atmosphere, we've got a multitude of aerodynamic surfaces that are going to guide it back to its landing pad just 2 miles north of the launch pad. Stable, and there we go. BE-3 engine relight. Landing gear deployed.
50 feet, 8 feet per second. Touchdown. Auto-7 started.
And touchdown. Welcome home, New Shepard. What a beautiful flight to space and back for that booster. But the show is not over. The crew capsule has deployed its guide parachutes and its mains. Everything looking nominal on today's flight. Looks like we do have 2 parachutes that have full inflation. The third is not quite fully inflated. But actually, Jackie, this is part of the design. We were talking about my webcast. The first webcast that we did, we tested a chute out. There are multiple redundant factors in this system, and so landing with 2 parachutes is perfectly okay for this system. Landing the rocket is just really one of the proudest moments because it shows the incredible engineering. It isn't magic. It is not magic, Jackie. The engineering that has gone into building, designing, testing,
Look at
flying.
yeah, I mean, it's coming down nice. Look at the cars going.
Ready to be reused. You see, very quickly thereafter.
There we go. Woo! Safely down. Unbelievable. Here they go. There go the cars.
Touchdown of the crew capsule. A beautiful flight for our rocket, for our crew capsule, for our 6 new astronauts, Mason, Sylvain, Ken, Carol, Gopi, and Ed. You are officially astronauts. Welcome home, everybody. And here exits Ed Dwight. This gentleman has waited a long time to go to space.
Long time coming.
Selected in the early 60s as the first black astronaut to fly, although he did not get to fly then, today was his opportunity, and man, what a flight for him. Finally, an official astronaut.
I'm ready.
Overwhelmed, everything you can think of. And I thought I really didn't need this in my life, but now I need it in my life. This is fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of this.
All right, I am ecstatic.
Ecstatic. Did anything surprise you? What was it like looking at Earth?
Well, yeah, the transitions about the separations and stuff were a little bit more dynamic. I mean, they were nice, smooth, but that's how it's supposed to be. But it makes your mind wander. There's something wrong with it. But no, it was absolutely terrific, and the view. I mean, just even I couldn't see it, I could see it. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. This is a life-changing experience. Everybody needs to do this.
Everybody needs to do this.
And
She hasn't done it yet.